Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Good morning. Merry Christmas. Welcome to Kakaaki Social. Well, who's behind the mask? It's me, Ohima, your presenter. So let's take a look at what's trending this morning. It's a Merry Christmas. Christmas is in the air, and I'm playing for the Christmas this morning. But, well, let's get to serious business. Okay, it's me. Welcome to Kakaaki Social. On this segment of the show, of course, we spotlight the issues shaping conversations in the Nigerian social media. Yesterday, we brought you the issue of Williams Uchemba, Nollywood actor and Instagram sensation, who has been alleged to have defrauded a lot of Nigerians under the pretext that he is an ambassador, a representative of the Nigeria Youth Assembly at the United Nations. That issue has been raging in the social media up till this morning. Alleged United Nations fraud. Actor Uchemba breaks silence. He's actually broken his silence with a lot of explanations about what actually happened. He actually shot 10 videos on his Instagram page explaining what actually transpired. Well, we'll take a look at a few of those videos this morning and the issues that are coming out of that explanation that he made. Let's take a look.
Sure that, okay, you've done it yourself, or we have people. Why people pay that amount is because we employ people to do these things. We pay them. So it is very disheartening for such information to go on without proper investigation. I was chatting with the guy yesterday. I said, dude, this what you're trying to do is not nice. You reach out to me, then I explain. If you're no longer comfortable with my explanation or I snubbed you, then you can go ahead. You can't just go and start calling people names. These are brands we've built for ourselves for years. And you think after building my brand, I will go out there and start. But he wasn't having it. I went through his page. He said he was a lawyer. I said, I don't see anything that has to do with law with you. So maybe I'm even talking to a hater. They message me all the time. I block them all the time. And I block them. Now, you are contacting the UN. The UN is not a youth assembly. The youth assembly is a conference that all the people you tagged, I don't even work with them. I don't know them. This is the first time I'm hearing about the United Nations Youth Envoy. I didn't know that office existed. Everybody you tagged, I don't have any business with them. I am simply the Nigerian Youth Representative, Youth Assembly, that is held at the United Nations. Simple. So, naturally, I will not bother with stuff like this. But I decided to put it out because I feel if you don't put something out like this, people will begin to think something else. I have every information of every transaction, of every delegate that have both gone with me to the US for the conference and that are still yet to go. So please, I beg you again, get your information right, please.
Okay, yeah, well, it's not just as simple as that. There's actually a problem because on so many instances, Williams Uchemba has actually paraded himself as ambassador or representative of the Youth Assembly, the United Nations Youth Assembly, actually. There is a video currently on Instagram which is trending right now. A follower here dug up this old interview, I guess, where Williams states something different from all he has claimed so far, where he says he's with the UN, working with the youth wing. Meanwhile, Williams was seen on video saying he knows nothing about the youth envoy. From Dearmark__ on Instagram, we saw this video. Let's take a look at this video.
Little did I know that somewhere in the future, I'm going to have anything to do with the UN.
Let's even speak about your work with the United Nations. What do you do for the United Nations?
So I'm the Deputy Nigerian Youth Representative to the United Nations Youth Assembly. So the youth wing of the UN, yeah. So I deputize Barrister Aminu Danladi, who is the youth representative.
Interesting. Okay. What would you say about the UN today and its influence on Nigeria?
I think from...
Okay, so he said that he knows nothing about the youth envoy, but there's a video of him saying that he's actually working with the youth wing of the United Nations. And it's not the first time. These are screenshots from Williams Uchemba's Instagram handle. The Nigerian youth delegates at the 2018 21st edition of the winter session of the United Nations Youth Assembly. Let's take a look at the next slide. Also from Williams Uchemba's Instagram page. The 21st edition of the United Nations Youth Assembly at the United Nations headquarters, Manhattan, New York. Let's go on to the next slide. Make plans to attend the United Nations Youth Assembly this coming winter from 14th to 16th of February 2018. Again, let's go on. So it's not the first time he has paraded himself as an ambassador or a representative of the United Nations, late entry delegates, the 2017 winter session of the United Nations Youth Assembly in New York headquarters, from Williams Uchemba again. So it's been known on social media, on Instagram, as claiming that he works with the United Nations now. So that video rebuttal where he's claiming he doesn't even know the youth envoy of the United Nations, it's what people would call balderdash. So, but let's take a look at a few more issues on this matter, which has been trending all through. The Youth Assembly has actually come out with a statement stating that, thank you for bringing this to our attention. It is important for us to address any disinformation and ensure that our applicants are well informed before making the decision to apply for our event. Let's go on and take a look at the statement they issued. This is a statement they issued, and they said they actually don't have country reps. They don't have country reps, but only ambassadors. And on their website, let's go on to the next slide. On their website, Williams Uchemba is not even on their website. And the man he claims is deputizing for in Nigeria is not on the website on the list of current ambassadors of the Youth Assembly. So what exactly is going on? But let's go on this matter, which has been so dramatic in the Nigerian social media. The guy who called him out, Edafe Okporo, a US-based activist, actually spoke on video, shot a video explaining his side of the story. Let's take a look at what he said.
Now let's go to some of the more serious stuff. It is common knowledge and common sense that a verified Instagram account cannot be used by someone else. With the facts on the internet showing messages from William Uchemba with a blue thick verified account is not you. Show us proof that that is not you. With you posting videos on that same verified account, what do you have to say that this was someone else? So in your video, you made mention that you don't know anybody in this body, but you charge people between 1,000 to 1,500 to an entity that you know nobody from. So let's get to FAF. You don't have a right by FAF to choose who attend this conference. So how come you are employing people to work on behalf of an organization that don't recognize you as a delegate? Touche. Please, stop this scheme. People, get wise. This is a blunt lie from this man. You asked for facts. I've given you a lot of facts. William Uchemba, stop using your celebrity to hurt other people. Be the change you want to see in others. And stop spoiling the reputation of Nigeria in diaspora and in the country. And a lot of you on the internet that are saying that it's doing a lot of good. Of what good it is to steal from one person and to give from the percentage of what you have stolen to another person. If you say you are a Christian and you believe on what the Bible says, if you say you are a Muslim and you believe on what the Quran said, he said, let be our neighbor's keeper. And that is what I came out to do. Not to tarnish anybody's image, but just to say the truth the way it is. Thank you.
Okay, that was Edafe Okporo, the US-based activist who called out William Uchemba. But again, in a dramatic twist, something interesting happened again yesterday. Edafe Okporo took a U-turn and started apologizing to William Uchemba that he had a misunderstanding about the issues. He didn't really know what he said. He didn't this and that. And he made a very lengthy explanation. And something again dramatic happened. William Uchemba deleted all the 10 videos he posted on his Instagram page explaining what happened. In place of those 10 videos, he put the explanation by Edafe Okporo, absolving him of any complicity in anything that has gone wrong with this alleged fraud that is currently trending in the social media. And people started attacking Edafe Okporo again, and he again deleted his explanation. Guys, what is really happening? Well, this is what is happening on social media. Let's go on and take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this issue on the social media. We've just tried to give you a background of what is happening from verified OO at William Uchemba. This one that you are changing your bio left, right, and center proves that you are lying for real. Ha, this life, sha. From Talk and Do, the guy buy 500 million naira mansion. How did he make that money? He has questions to answer. And then from still on Insta blogger, Bagan and such, I pray you pull through all of this. I pray you stay strong and not bow. If not for anything, for the joy and happiness you have brought to people, to me, for the lives you have touched positively. I refuse to see you in the garment the world is trying to force on you. Stay strong. From Bagan and such. And then from Michael Friso, in one of the messages, he said the $1,200 $100 covers an invite from the UN, which his clients will take to the embassy, and the UN will also send a copy to the embassy. If he isn't affiliated with the UN, why is he promising his clients an invite from the UN? Are the UN in the habit of sending invites to people attending an event in their building, especially when the said event isn't even likely to take place in their building next year? Questions that are begging for answers. Presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, is in the news for something interesting. He had just actually said that he made a call to the wife of one of the soldiers that was killed in the Boko Haram attack on the Metele Army base, but it turned out that that didn't happen. But let's take a look at how this issue developed in the social media. One of his campaigners, Reno Mokri on Twitter, actually posted the video. He shared this video with us. Do you want to know what a leader looks like? Atiku is not president. Yet, he called the widow of Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Sakaba, the hero commanding officer of the 157th Task Force Battalion, Metele, who was killed by Boko Haram. Watch a leader as he gives hope to others. Watch and retweet. Let's take a look at the video.
Yes, I will be sending some of my assistants to come and see yes. Thank you, madam. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.
They made a lot of media hype about this. Atiku also tweeting from his official handle said, this Christmas, I urge all Nigerians to spare a thought for our military on the front lines on the war on terror. I had cause to telephone Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Sakaba's widow this Yuletide. I am touched by her devotion and love for her husband, who paid the supreme sacrifice for Nigeria. But the widow, the woman has come out to say that didn't happen. Atiku, you didn't call me. From D1 Ayekoto saying, Atiku Abubakar released this video where he claimed he was speaking with the widow of a slain soldier. The widow called Atiku a liar. Atiku had since accepted that he was fooling Nigerians, that he never spoke to the widow at all. Let's take a look at how the Punch reported this issue. Wife of slain officer denies receiving Atiku's phone call. Let's take a look at details of this report, which is really not so good for the Atiku presidential campaign. The wife of the late Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Sakaba, one of the 44 soldiers killed by Boko Haram insurgents during an attack on 157th Task Force Battalion in Metele, Borno State last month, has denied claims by the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, that he called her. Speaking with Punch on Monday, however, the widow, Cheung, told our correspondent that she never received any call from the former vice president. She wondered why Atiku would tell lies. Why the lies? I have not received any call from Atiku, please, she said. After this issue blew up in the media, the Atiku campaign has come out to say that they actually spoke to the sister of the widow. This is how Nigerians are responding. King Arthur Niger tweeting said, a candidate has a team who should screen and verify bona fides in these situations to ensure that the candidate speaks to the right person. I have no doubt that Atiku spoke to someone, but if it wasn't the widow, what does it say? That his team can't coordinate a phone call. From King Arthur Niger from Tunepas, hope the line Reno Mokri is reading some of these tweets. Had he called or had he not, it should have been done privately. Horrible communications. From Dr. Ojigwe 007, it's so sad if a man who wants to be president will be playing politics by putting up false statements with regards to a woman whose husband died defending his country. These politicians do not care about anybody except themselves. From Adeyanju, we saw this tweet. Even if Atiku called the widow, must it be publicized? What we expect from Atiku is to convince Nigerians why he is the best candidate, his plans for a better Nigeria. His tweets must be issue-based, not bunches of decorated sentiment in the name of politics. And then we move on to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who is currently trending for the statement that he made that if the Southwest support President Buhari in 2019, the presidency will shift to the Southwest in 2023. Nigerians are currently commenting on that issue. Buhari will hand over to Southwest in 2023. Prof. Osinbajo. That is what he said. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo yesterday assured the Southwest that President Muhammadu Buhari would hand over government to a Southwesterner if the region supports him for next year's elections. Osinbajo, who engaged in house-to-house campaign in Oyo and held a 45-minute closed-door meeting with the Alaafin Obalamide Adeyemi, said 2019 presidential election matters to the Yoruba people of the Southwest because the region has a larger interest in 2023. And this is how Nigerians are reacting. Prof. Osinbajo, sir, you have failed. You have been turned into the houseboy that shares money around. Please, if you want to campaign, tell us what you have done, not that we should vote for another president that will focus on one tribe. from Dondi Joko Ayobami tweeting there. Simeone tweeting said, Boss Mustafa told the Southeast people to vote for APC so they can have the 2023 presidency. Fashola and Osinbajo said same to Southwest. I think what is left now is for Buhari to tell the Northerners to vote for APC too so that they can retain the presidency in 2023. And then we saw from Twitter user Innocent Nkire, President Buhari sent his VP, Osinbajo, to tell Southwest he will hand over to them in 2023. Let's see what he will tell the Southeast during his campaign. Maybe he will not go there till the election. God help Nigeria. Innocent Nkire. And then from Bib de la Cruz 01, Osinbajo is from the Southwest, but Ilesha Ife Ibadan Expressway is pothole reading. Bye-bye APC. From that Twitter user, we saw that tweet. And Free Deji Adeyanju has been trending. It's Christmas today. An activist, Deji Adeyanju, is spending his Christmas in a Kano prison. After a magistrate court that was supposed to hear his case said they don't have jurisdiction over that case, and then ruled that Deji Adeyanju should be remanded in prison till 6th of February. Interesting times in Nigeria, but the Senate President Bukola Saraki has weighed in on this matter. Yesterday, tweeting from his official handle, he said President Muhammadu Buhari should direct the release of Mr. Deji Adeyanju and ensure that his fundamental human rights are not continuously abused by the police. Let's go on and see more from the Senate President yesterday. He said the way Mr. Adeyanju's case has been handled and the last decision of the magistrate court to remand the young man in prison till after the conclusion of the 2019 polls has presented our democracy in bad light. Of course, Deji Adeyanju is a strong critic of this government on social media. Senate President still tweeting said the president needs to intervene to find out whether the current travails of Adeyanju have anything to do with his frequently expressed viewpoints against the federal government. And then the Senate President also said at this point, President Buhari should not allow the excesses and overzealousness of some security agents to give his government a bad name. From the Senate President Bukola Saraki. And then as we wrap up Kakaaki Social this morning, disappointed Wizkid fan stopped from committing suicide. An obsessed female fan was stopped from committing suicide last night after Wizkid's concert in Lagos. According to an eyewitness report, the lady went into depression because she couldn't meet Wizkid one-on-one after his performance. She was said to have climbed one of the masts erected at the venue and was about plunging to her death when security operatives rescued her. Let's take a look at this video.
Then when Wizkid is going, the Russian is there. But the girl now, he was there. I climb over to die.
Okay, last comments are pretty means. Now, wow. If God asks that one, waiting killer, he go say na Wizkid. You are a fan, you are like this. If you be the girlfriend or baby mama, only God knows what's going to happen. Bridget ASL, therefore leave her now. This type of people should be left to do what they want with their life. Merry Christmas once again. Follow the conversation on Kakaaki Social on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social.